Hi, Cancer, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of January 31st to February 6th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep in mind this is a general weekly read, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. Now remember to, per usual, stick with me to the very end of this weekly read to get an answer to your yes or no question, all right? And the overall message for you for the week is this will leave you celebrating. This will leave you celebrating. And the song chosen for you on shuffle, Dance of Life, Come Alive, featuring Sean Kingston by Amy Weber and Jason Nevins. Such a good song, very positive, uplifting, but peaceful at the same time. Let's aim on down and pull some cards. Alrighty, we're going to begin by pulling a message or two, the overall focus, if you will, from the Elemental Oracle deck. And then we'll further pull the main part of the reading from the Gilded Tarot Royale deck. Let's do some initial shuffling. I just feel like talking. That was what I just got. For my lovely Cancers for this upcoming week, the 31st of January to the 6th of February. Nice, we got magic. We're just going to go with that one. But I feel like you are a magnet right now, as I saw the magnetism card, for a lot of success, all right? With the alchemy card, it just feels like you have the magic touch this week, and there's a level of magic wrapped up in a success this week that leaves you so damn content and successful, feeling you just want to celebrate because it's a long time coming for a lot of you Cancers, or it just feels like you tried something once and made it so successful, okay? 4457, look up that angel number, meaning there is a message for you, all right? Things are turning for you. The wheel is churning. If it hasn't felt like it recently, the clouds are clearing. All right, let's do some shuffling and pull the main part of the reading to continue for this weekly read for Cancer. The Empress. Naturally, I can see this one coming out, giving birth to something new this week, or at the very least getting an acceptance or just knowing that this is about to take place. It feels like I'm hearing the ring of fire, you sort of jumping through that ring of fire, putting on a show, or just feeling like it's easy to sort of avoid the burns as you make your way towards something new and fresh. Okay, that feels quite dramatic, but I feel like that's the way you're viewing this achievement. With the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, going through a bit of a juggling act, thinking about what needs to be weighed out, chosen between for some of you. It may be a situation where you had no options and then now you have two to three or four at most, and now you have to choose. Better to have more than nothing, right? With the Star, it's a week where you're reminded to keep the hope alive. I'm hearing no healing is needed at this point. It may feel like it's sort of a healing step for you by getting this celebratory moment under wraps or just going. But it does feel like you're reminded that you're a star and you have that magical touch and you don't need to force it in order to get what you want. All right? Nice, such good energy. With the Ace of Cups, you're pushed to with the song Dance with Life, you know, enjoy yourself this week, celebrate, let loose, get that release, recognize how much abundance you have at this time, what happens to you this week, and it feels like it's not just this one moment, success, achievement that leaves you celebrating or feeling the need to. It just feels like you take on this very go lucky kind of I got it going on abundance sort of mindset and way of moving through your week. I'm soaring is what I'm hearing as I see someone almost like the Titanic, the movie, pretending to fly, you know, in the wind. Allowing yourself to remember that what you learned this week, what you realize, the way you produce, develop, and accomplish in a lot of ways throughout these 7 days, you should remember this as you move forward because it feels like you will benefit from utilizing this way of viewing things, again, creating, developing, just approaching and just moving through the week. You'll benefit from it in the following weeks. Just remember how good you feel. And it's not all because of what you're about to give birth to or are throughout the week. It just feels more so, I'm hearing creating is a huge part of the week, but it also has a lot to do with your view and your approach and just the feeling that you're allowing yourself to feel throughout the week. All right? You're being one with the magic. And there's going to be points where you just sort of chuckle to yourself because you're just not expecting going into the week for things to work out, even after watching this reading, I feel. With the Knight of Cups, it pushes you to sort of, in a slightly emotional way, go after what you deserve, what you desire, what you've been longing for. It proves that you have the ability within you to manifest, to create your own destiny or just your own outcome. There is going to be one day out of the week, I'm hearing just one, where you stress a bit, all right? And it's going to remind you that in the midst of a week where it's magical, it's connective, it blends, but it just sort of, again, reminds you that your life is about to pan out and fall into place in the way it's meant to, in a very successful way. Don't let single days where you feel the need to fall back into old habits or stress or there could be other factors around you that feel out of your hands, out of your control. Don't let it get the best of you or sort of ruin a week that can just transform your life for the better. All right. With the Page of Pentacles, you being pushed to take a fresh perspective on your money, on your career, on your achievements. It feels like you're a little bit nervous at certain points this week, or maybe just one, to present what you've been working on or to update somebody on a change that you know is about to take place. There's somebody you need to reconnect with. You feel like a peacock that needs to like let loose and show off a bit because you've been so, I'm hearing, uptight or just very serious, very focused recently. And this is your chance to move forward and show off a bit, you know, to be more like the individual you want to be at times, or sort of blend that with the way you've been, right? Find a nice middle ground. There's something about initials this week. I heard CW. With the Eight of Swords and the Six of Swords coming out, you're naturally being pushed to sail away from what no longer works for you, to move towards something bigger and better, where it is a week where you are reminded as things start to work and feel more celebratory, you're given a reason to see the celebration come to be. It does point out a situation in your life that feels quite limited, very trapped, but you're reminded all the meanwhile that you are very much guided and protected. All right. And it feels like that stress that you do experience throughout one main day out of the week could have a lot to do with that situation. But with the Three of Cups, I was waiting for this to come out. You're pushed to celebrate. I'm being told to show you this imagery. When you get the opportunity throughout the week, it feels like more towards the weekend to celebrate with a couple people that mean the most to you, or you feel you can confide in, and they won't sort of ruin your celebratory mood. They'll more so add to it or just be proud of you. Take that opportunity, all right? It's going to feel, again, like a release, and it'll just feel so good to almost brag a little bit, right? Because I don't feel like that's the type of person you are or have been at the very least recently. With the King of Wands, being pushed to sit back in your throne and adjust your habits, but remain passionate all the meanwhile. Don't feel the need to, moving forward, be ultra serious just because you have a lot going on, a lot on the line, or just a lot expected from you. Your attitude and your way of approaching things and how much you enjoy yourself along the way to the achievements and success you deserve plays a big role. People will notice the difference in your enjoyment levels. All right. With the Eight of Pentacles being pushed to buckle down at certain points of the week, but then realizing you can take a different approach. Once again, you can enjoy what you're working towards. It feels like a project, a business, a job that has been feeling a bit mundane or just not enjoyable recently. Feels more enjoyable for you, and it's a turning point. It reminds you once again, it's all about your attitude, your approach, your mood, you know, separating the other difficulties of life from what you're working towards. There's something about a necklace or a pendant that will remind you of a past difficulty, but also remind you of how strong you are. Okay? And with the Magician in the center of your reading, you're truly reminded once again you're a manifester in the freaking making. And your powerful way of thinking, creating, developing, approaching, and just helping others comes in handy this week and moving forward. As I'm not surprised the Magician ends up in the center of your reading for a celebratory week where the main focus was alchemy slash magic. You know, you just once again having that touch and just sort of feeling like the ball is in your court with options, with decisions to make, but not feeling as if you have to stress over the future of your life in general. I feel like more so for some of you, your business or your job, but just feeling as if your life is about to just pan out in ways that were a little bit unexpected for you. It may come as a bit of a shock this week to others that you are having so much fun, and it's like, let's remember that Cancer is an enjoyable sign to be around, soul to be around, and at times loses touch with that part of who they are because of all they have going on, or just wanting to see things work out perfectly, or just wanting to take care of others so much. You're on the right track, I feel the need to say. All right, don't stress over what you have to weigh out or decide this week. You have that magical touch. Beautiful. Let's answer your yes or no question. Take a moment if you haven't thought of it already. I just heard they dropped the ball, you didn't. For Cancer. As I give it a moment to speed up, you can see the answer is gradually turning into a yes. So the answer for your question is yes. All right, that's beautiful. I can tell you really needed that answer. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. To book a personal reading with myself, the options are down below, as well as my email. Just reach out, and a link for donations as well. I thank you in advance. Uh, as well, I hope you have the most amazing week. Sending you so much love and light, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye, Cancer.